Hey everyone, I'm Carter, and welcome to Off the Scorecard podcast. I'm the founder of Front Nine Golf Co., otherwise known as Front Nine, and this is a podcast. I did a teaser episode about just kind of explaining about. I'm going to be interviewing some people in the content space, talking about upcoming projects, the brand building, just kind of deep diving a little bit more than what you guys see on the screen. Um, and so this first episode, I'm going to talk just a little bit about my backstory and really kind of what got me into this. I know I've shared a little bit about it, but I haven't really sat down long form and been able to tell you guys. Um, so basically, I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, and I didn't play golf. I played about every sport. Other than that, I thought golf for like watching Happy Gilmore. I was like, yeah, golf is for what did he say? People who wear goofy hats and have fat asses. And so that's just kind of what I thought. And as I got older, I played baseball, and I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this, but I kind of started losing the love for it. And then we didn't have a very big golf team, and so I was able to get into that. And we didn't have enough people for like a full like the high school scrambles and stuff like that. So I ended up actually golfing at every tournament my first year golfing. I was terrible. I'd like to say I'm better now, but after I got these new irons, I feel like I'm 10 times worse than I was last year, which is great. Love losing balls. And yeah, so then after that, I golfed for 3 years in high school consistently, and then a little bit during the summer, but not a whole lot. And then after I graduated, moved out, and I golfed occasionally, but not a whole lot. And then I got into it a little bit in the end of 2023 at the end of the season. And then in 2024 last year, we started golfing more than I've ever golfed before. And it just kind of became a ritual. Like we would go out there 2 or 3 times a week and just talk about our weeks, talk about what we're doing with work, or talk about whatever we're doing and just kind of chat and hang out. And it just became such a great time to do all of the stuff that I wanted to do and be able to hang out and play a game and get outside and feel the sun. I mean, I live in North Dakota. I guess you can't really see the window. But for half the year, it's beyond cold here, like absolutely freezing. So for half the year, we get blistering hot or just stupidly high winds. So on the days that it's not either melt your face off hot or the wind blowing you into the next county, it's amazing to get out golf, have some fun, have some drinks, do whatever you want to do with your friends, stuff like that. And it was just a great way for me to do that. And I never found a golf brand that truly spoke to me. Like I know a lot of them talk about being bad and stuff like that, but a lot of that's kind of more hardcore golfers that I've seen. I wanted a brand for someone like myself who just loves going out there having fun. I mean, I hit terrible shots and I just enjoy it. Not at the time, but I do enjoy going back out there because I'm always like trying to book the next tee time after we're done. And I just wanted to build a brand for someone like me because I know there's people out there because I golf with them. And it's just been something that I've been really passionate about and just wanted to be able to put out there and be able to build a community of people that are like-minded and probably work full-time jobs, or maybe they're full-time content creators, but like golf isn't like their whole thing. It's like the laughs you have with it, the friendship building that you have, the drinks afterwards. I mean, the night before where you're just doing dumb shit, and then the next day you have your tea time and you're like, this was a terrible idea. Why did we book for 9:15 in the morning? That's kind of the little gist of Front Nine. Then we can always answer more questions. To answer my background here, this is my girlfriend. She loves to read. I guess this isn't my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. So we split this office. So this is her half behind me, the part that you can see. And so she loves reading. She's very much into romance and cowboys and fantasy and everything. So as much as you want to believe this is mine, sure, go ahead. But this is my girlfriend's stuff, and I'm super supportive of her, and I love that she's choosing to get into a hobby like this herself. So if any of you guys have reader girlfriends, I'm right there with you, man. It's a great combo because they can read while they sit in the cart, and you could play terrible golf, and it's perfect. Um, and so I guess just a little bit about, I mean, fully growing up, I grew up in like I said, a super small town, not a super small town, but I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, and we didn't have a lake place or anything like that. So I grew up kind of out in the country on like a retired farm. So a lot of the stuff I did was just kind of playing in the woods and riding four-wheeler or go-kart and just kind of being dumb and dirty and just being a young kid. And just kind of getting up to mischief, and then being kind of a country boy, had to have my pickup, everything like that. And it was good. and then moving up to Fargo, North Dakota here, about an hour from where I grew up. Way more opportunity up here. I tried doing real estate for a little bit. I still do love real estate. That's one of my goals, is to get into commercial real estate one day and to be able to own a couple properties like that. It's always been a huge passion of mine. Cars are also a huge, huge passion of mine. I've always been obsessed with them since I was a kid. My dad was super into old cars, so I love old cars, love old square body pickups, but I also do love some new modern cars and the amenities that come with them. I love air conditioning. I do love vented seats. Don't have them, but I do love them. I love a good heated steering wheel for the winter. I don't have that either, but my girlfriend's car does, and I'm jealous. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's as much as I can think of. If you ever have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot me a DM and ask your question, and I could definitely answer it on a podcast. Um, my week so far has been going good though. Been doing a lot of work stuff. Been doing a lot of front nine stuff. Haven't played any golf. It was super hot, and it's been like 40, 50 mile an hour winds. Today is like the same thing, just like 50 degrees out instead. It's super bipolar. We're not fully into like the heart of the golf season just because we haven't had super consistent temperatures yet, but it's been super good so far this year. Like we've had a lot of 80-degree days that are just beautiful out, very minor wind until you start golfing, and then it comes out, of course. But it's been great. Been loving the weather that's been happening, everything like that. Otherwise, besides the wind, it's been kind of frustrating. And I guess kind of talking a little bit more how I always call it the Scratch Golfers Company. I touched on this a little bit in a reel that I posted and a TikTok that I posted, but to kind of give you a little bit more long form on it. So the reason I call it the Scratch Golfers Company is because it's for someone like myself, like I kind of explained off in the beginning, is someone who scratches their score out. I never played to be the best golfer there ever was. I played to hang out with my friends and to try to improve because it's definitely more fun to not lose a ball every time. Um, and it was just kind of for people like myself. I always jokingly called myself a scratch golfer just because I thought it was funny. And turning it into the ability to be an actual scratch golfer. So my terms, it's like someone who goes out there, doesn't keep their score, either deletes it out of their 18 birdies or just doesn't even keep track after the first tee shot if it's bad. But you still play the round because you just enjoyed it. You might, have a drink or two or do whatever you want to do and just enjoying time with the people that you're playing with, enjoying the laughs, enjoying the bad shot, enjoying the shit talk that you're going to get from your friends when you hit a bad shot, three putting everything, just kind of giving yourself unlimited mulligans, 5-foot gimme, stuff like that. And that's kind of where I've ended up at and just been super happy with. And I found that, yeah, when I quit trying to be the best golfer in the world, that I had way more fun playing than when I try to be the best golfer in the world. So I just enjoy getting out there, feeling the sun on my skin, and just really loving that. And so I've got some cool stuff in the works. Is like I always like to test stuff before I'd ever even think of bringing it to market. So I mean, we have a couple other glove designs that we could possibly push out in the future after we see some success with the Wave glove. And I say we, it's just me, it's just myself that owns Front Nine. And some of those designs can be pretty cool. I also want to get into some clothing and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, this podcast is called Off the Scorecard. So it's meant to be everything that's not within golfing. And a lot of companies, they have a lot of, I mean, I do wear a lot of polos and stuff like that in my day-to-day life, but I also wear a lot of sweatshirts. I wear Carhartt shirts like all the time. In the wintertime, you were going to catch me wearing a Carhartt shirt or a Carhartt sweatshirt, stuff like that. I mean, I like it. It keeps me warm. It's good. I like that it's a little bit baggy. I like that it's thicker and it feels quality. And so I'm going to be working on getting some merch out, stuff like that, being able to, I guess I don't know if you call it merch, some t-shirts, sweatshirts, stuff like that. Something that's kind of more quality that you can wear on and off the course. It's not necessarily going to be golf related. If you do have strict rules, it probably won't apply to you if you're a country club player. I don't think if you're listening to this, you probably don't golf at a country club, or maybe you do and you just love golfing at a country club. Hey, I hear you. Yeah, and I want to make sure everything's quality and everything's good. That I don't want to drop anything that's garbage or anything like that, that I wouldn't want to wear myself. So everything I do, I test for a long time before I even think of bringing it out there. And yeah, and I appreciate that. And so, I mean, I always call it the Scratch Golfers Company, going back to that, because I always like to scratch things off as well, too. I mean, I like to try to maintain a positive attitude. Sometimes it doesn't work out the best, but I like to just keep myself going good. I mean, bad round, scratch it out. Bad day work, scratch it out. Go golf, feels better. stuff like that. And I mean, I don't know, it might not make sense, and I'm kind of losing track of things sometimes. But I just wanted to kind of spit this out there and just talk about it all and just kind of tell you guys a little bit more in depth. And like I always said, if you guys have questions, anything like that, want me to answer anything, reach out to me in DM, comment on this post or anything like that. Just let me know what you guys' thoughts are, which questions you have. If you feel like you're a scratch golfer, if you can relate to what I'm saying, this is exactly what I'm doing it for, is to help people that are like myself, have a community that is full of people like ourselves. And yeah, I'm hoping to have most podcasts be about 30 minutes. Solo podcasts, unless we have a specific topic, might be a little bit shorter. Just kind of depends on exactly what's going on. Some of them might be a little bit longer, some might not. And they'll only get better as we continue doing this. It's been a while since I've talked to a camera and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys' patience with this and you guys tuning in and everything, and support of Front Nine so far. It's been amazing. This is, like I said, this is called Off the Scorecard. So it's everything that's not going to be directly related to golf. It can still have stuff that's related to golf, but it's not going to be primarily about, the round of golf I played. We might talk about it, but it's going to kind of just be like I don't know, just like a podcast. If you guys have any ideas, suggestions, stuff that you want us to talk about or me talk about, or if you have any guest suggestions that you want, tag them in the comments below, or just let me know in the comments. Or if you have any other ideas, stuff like that, things that we could do, I'm always ears and always open to hear it. And I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. And like I always say, or like I've said numerous times in this podcast, if this seems like the kind of person you are, or like the kind of company you've been looking for, I'd like to welcome you with Front Nine, with Off the Scorecard. Lost balls, mulligans, good times, maybe drinks after, stuff like that. That's exactly who we are, and that's exactly what we do. And I appreciate every single one of you guys that are listening to these first episodes, and I can't wait to see where this goes.